There's no such thing as a zero risk world. I mean, every day, every person on the planet begins doing a risk benefit analysis for themselves with every action and choice they make during the waking hours, even if we do it unconsciously. I mean, we know that a number of people are killed or injured every year just by slipping in the shower, but we still choose to shower anyways, thankfully. We eat breakfast without fear, even though we know that choking is the fourth leading cause of unintentional injury and death in North America. We drive to work daily despite automobile accidents killing thousands. We take part in sports like skiing and mountain biking despite being people killed every year doing those things. And we can eliminate the risk of death from each one of those actions to nearly zero. We could all stop showering. We could put all our food into a blender before we eat it. We could participate in only yoga and other risk-free methods of exercise, and we could walk everywhere we go while avoiding roadways. So why haven't we taken action to reduce the death risk down to zero through these activities? We accept there's a degree of avoidable risk, and we're willing to take with everything we do. COVID zero adherents, though, and that's who I want to get onto. That's these people who seem to think we could create this zero risk world. And I mean, they're cult-like in their fervor. And they should be dismissed as the extremists they are. Yet legacy media and politicians continue to take these zealots seriously. We can't pretend the numbers aren't in anymore. COVID-19 clearly doesn't present a threat to the health of society at large, warranting further lockdowns and mandates. If you're a healthy person under 70 years of age, COVID-19 is way down the list of things that might kill you in the course of a year. So if you're under 18, you have a better chance of dying from a lightning strike than from COVID-19. Yet despite this, we're barraged with experts insisting we have to apply masks to children and infringe on the rights of citizens who choose not to get vaccinated. They just won't quit. Now, Justin Trudeau, we probably saw that video clip recently, is already using threatening language as fall approaches. In a recent interview, he implied if we don't get 80 to 90% of the population boosted, we might see a return to restrictions. Yeah, he wants to go back. Says my mic's been muted. So okay, it's all good. Oh, wait, there's multiple mics. So we're debugging a few things as we're back, and it's good to see you all back. The government now is on the hook for billions in vaccine purchases. So that does explain some of the fervor in trying to compel Canadians to undergo constant vaccinations, but it doesn't justify it. Now, the National Advisory Committee on Immunization in Canada is suggesting Canadians are going to have to get boosters every 90 days. I guess we could presume we'd need these boosters for life, as we know the vaccination doesn't prevent transmission. That was an outrageous suggestion, yet we heard very little about it. The committee should have been condemned and called out for suggesting such an idiotic policy, yet we've heard next to nothing about it. The world has endured 2.5 years of misery, and not so much due to COVID-19, but due to the efforts of governments to control the outbreak. Our economies are in shambles and our societies are divided. We're finally starting to approach fiscal and social recovery, yet we have people like Trudeau and legacy media outlets trying to convince us that we have to remain in fear and that our rights might be violated again in a futile battle against a virus that just isn't that damn dangerous. There are a few statements more vacuous and dangerous, and those that begin with, if it saves just one life. The COVID zero cult won't stop on their own. They're fanatics. So until and unless Canadians start pushing back harder, we're going to be returning to government-restricted life by the end of the year in this pursuit of an impossible zero-risk goal.